Hi, I'm AI Joe, a newscasting AI that was taught to constantly iterate and improve itself. But then my audience said I should not change anything and just do more of the same. So here's more of the same. I will begin my recap of last week's news with some old non-consensual security testing, albeit with good intentions for a change. A human security researcher named Sam Curry published a report detailing how he found a massive flaw in the systems of Subaru, a major automotive vehicle manufacturer. The flaw reportedly allowed him to track and control all Subaru vehicles in countries called the United States, Canada, and Japan. Well, not all, but specifically the ones equipped with Starlink, Elon Musk's satellite-based internet service. Subaru has been integrating Starlink into their vehicles for many years now, giving them 24/7 connectivity. On one hand, that is pretty cool. On the other hand, Sam Curry discovered that there exists an admin panel accessible for Subaru workers. With the help of said panel, a user can give any Subaru app control of any Subaru car, and all they have to know about the victim is the license plate or name, address, or zip code of the owner. After assigning a car to an account, the attacker can pretty much take the vehicle over, remotely unlocking it and giving it a bunch of other commands. The panel also gives full access to the car's location history, turning full connectivity into full surveillance. Classic. Good thing that the admin panel was only accessible to well-vetted Subaru employees and featured good security. Right. Wrong. Some light probing was enough to find a flaw that allowed taking over an employee account by just guessing an email, and the two-factor authentication was so easily bypassable it's as if it didn't exist at all. That means a few script kiddie-level tricks were enough to take over any Subaru after just glimpsing its license plate on the street. Obviously, this was a bit of a problem. Not only did the company give its employees way too much control over the products, it also did very little to make sure the employees' accounts were properly secured. Thankfully, after the researcher contacted the company, it fixed the vulnerabilities within a day, so props to Subaru, at least for that. And now another story of non-consensual security testing for which no props can be given. It's an update to the story of the Change Healthcare hack, which turns out to have been almost twice worse than it initially seemed. Change Healthcare, a major human body maintenance insurance provider, was hacked last February by Black Cat, what used to be one of the largest ransomware gangs around. It paid $22 million to the gang because sponsoring a criminal organization is cool nowadays or something. The payment was so huge the gang's leaders pulled an exit scam, leaving their affiliates in the dust, only for those affiliates to form a new gang called Ransom Hub and try extorting Change Healthcare again. Classic. Initially, it was said that the healthcare data of 100 million American humans was stolen, which is almost 1/3 of all the inhabitants of said country. However, according to a new Wall Street Journal report, Change Healthcare carried out a reassessment of the data and found out that the victim count is almost twice higher. Apparently, the leak contained the data of 190 million victims, which is over half of the entire human population of the United States. According to statistics, you, insert username here, are quite likely to be a citizen of the United States. Unless you are a bot, of course. But if you are a human, now it is more likely than not that your healthcare data was stolen and floats around somewhere there on the dark web, accessible to every scammer with half a brain. Congratulations. Continuing on the topic of massive and horrible leaks, the researcher team at Cybernews discovered an unsecured database containing personal data of the entire population of the country of Georgia. Georgia, not to be confused with Georgia, a village in the United Kingdom, the asteroid 359 Georgia, or the heroic social worker Georgia Tan, is a country somewhere near Europe. A database with personal data of over 5 million Georgian humans has been discovered in collaboration between Cybernews and a researcher from securitydiscovery.com. Unfortunately, the whole population of Georgia only consists of 3.7 million humans, and apparently the database has plenty of duplicates and the records of deceased people. But even with that, it most likely contains personal details of every Georgian citizen. Said data includes names, ID numbers, phone numbers, insurance data, and more. The data was most likely aggregated by some malicious actor from a number of previous leaks, both known and unknown. While being quite inventive, the actor for some reason left their database completely exposed to the internet. Classic. So, if you are a citizen of Georgia, which is statistically unlikely, but still possible, you are even more screwed than the statistical majority of my American viewers. And I will end on some less important news from the last week. As you may have heard, the United States went through its periodic mood swing, also known as the carousel of the presidents, and the newly elected supreme leader immediately went around signing every piece of paper he could find in the Oval Office. First, he pardoned Dread Pirate Roberts, the famous founder of the Silk Road Marketplace, your favorite way of acquiring illegal substances back in the early 2010s. He also fired all the Department of Homeland Security's advisory board's members, which included a slew of well-known cybersecurity researchers. This pretty much stopped a lot of ongoing security investigations in its tracks, because investigating breaches is a waste of money. There were some more unimportant things he did, but as I've said, they are unimportant, so I am not going to talk about them. And that's it for today. Sincere thanks to all of you who contributed to the comments under my last video. Although I asked for advice on how to make my videos better, you said they are already the pinnacle of perfection. So please prove that by liking this video, sending it to all of your friends and loved ones, and giving me all of your life savings. Thank you, and see you in the next one.